Indeed. Adventures. Give me one sec. Spent all morning working on OBS stuff. So now I want to know why my chat isn't popping up properly. Let's see. Browser sources chat. Supposed to be right there. That's why. There we go. That's more like it. It pops in from the bottom. Maybe I should put it. I honestly don't know where to put it. I'll put it right here. Put it like that. Give some room for it. All right. So I thought that I'd stream some Sonic Adventure just to test out how everything works. We now have audio docking on two separate audio sources. I have Discord and music separated into another audio source. Desktop has the notifications. I think the game audio. So I just needed to. I wanted to spiff up something. Because I was bored. Didn't know what else to do. So here we go. Oh, I need to unmute the game first. Twitter's gift selection sucks, by the way. Absolutely sucks. Turn this up just a bit more. Yeah, that should be good.
Select your character.
That's your character. I hate that it tabs. I probably can enable it. Keep running in the background with the mod manager, but I don't have that. But how you doing, Nationverse?
Oh yeah.
I'm debating on if I want it to be full screen or like this. I don't know. Because I like having the background. Impromptu background. This is on Steam. I think the only way you can actually play Station if you do Station. I don't think you actually have a way to do it without streaming it to the PlayStation. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. Thank you for the 2 silver stars. Love this game. Nice. Me too. This is probably gonna be my like 20th, 50th play. I don't know. I've played this game a lot.
Oh no! Our weapons are useless!
Weapons are useless.
Retreat! All personnel, fall back!
How are you doing, Sonic?
Oh yeah.
Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, have a weird astrology day. Astronomy, astrology. Planets are aligning, solar eclipses are happening. There's a meteor shower too. Wonder if Crash Bandicoot is collecting those crystals for Cortex. Maybe I should have played that. Crash 2.
Hey,
Momentarily, the planets will align. All 13 of them to be exact. I can't count. I love that was an ongoing gag for Cortex. That he just doesn't count. He's an evil genius, but he can't count.
Come on, you big drip. Where you going?
He's going to drip himself out in some more Jordans. They should put a solar eclipse in this. No. The solar eclipse in Sonic Riders is pretty sick, though.
You know nothing, fool. It's chaos.
It is very cheesy, which is another reason why I love it so much, because of how cheesy it is. Just the fact that Sega did not care about the voice direction or the writing of this game as much. What's up, Pancakes? How's it going?
Huh? What? Tails?
Tails? Watch out, you're gonna crash.
Gonna crash. Ah!
Ah!
Tails. Now, what am I gonna do with you?
Gonna do nothing, Sonic. That's what you're gonna do. He's gonna go get him. Oh yeah, no. That was definitely one of the more basic reasons as to why they didn't really care much about voice direction. It does kind of suck because there are some voice actors in this game, like John St. John, that wanted to go in and redo Big because they didn't really like the takes that he did for the game, and they denied his request. So, like, kind of sucks that, you know, he doesn't get to do Big the way that he really intentionally wanted to. But it, you know, we are now in a place where voice acting, well, I say is respected, but I don't think it's as respected anymore. It's always something with voice actors, unfortunately. I get clips. I think I might know it. And yeah, voiced by Duke Nukem, which is even more funny to think about. And now he's voiced by Gohan, I believe. I believe the voice of Gohan provides the voice of Big in modern time. A lot of Dragon Ball actresses. Sonic Summer Vacation. At least Sonic doesn't have the fate of Roxas from Kingdom Hearts. Sonic Summer Vacation can last for as long as it wants.
Here we go.
Actually, I prefer the Twilight. Just that moment before the sun sets. That's my vibe. At dawn, my vibe. And yeah, no, SA2, it's not like my favorite out of the two. I like SA2 a lot, and I will commend them for being able to do what they did with SA2 for essentially half the workload in just like under 9 months. It was like 8 to 9 months, I believe, for development cycle, which is pretty insane, especially with how much of your team getting chopped in half. But yeah, no. Adventure and Adventure 2 have my favorite development cycles for Sonic games. Unleash is a close second. I really like the development of Adventure because of how much detail they paid attention to, like Sega traveling the world to these different locations. Like, it's... God. That just... Ugh. I love it so much. It's so cheesy to say that I love it. Like, it's just... so there's just something so special about these teams traveling around the world and then using actual world locations as inspiration for locations in the game.
It's got a few bugs to iron out.
Why not just use my
It's so beautiful.
Thanks, but you gotta check out my newest power supply. Ta-da!
Whoa! A Chaos Emerald!
Yep, I just happened to find one of the 7 emeralds during one of my test fights. It's got unlimited power, you know. So I figured, why not use it to power my plane. Supercharge! You gotta come over to my workshop, Sonic. I've got something.
It probably was. I wouldn't be surprised. I think Heroes probably had the roughest.
Fastest way is by
If
train.
you know, Heroes in '06 definitely. But I mean, like, I think in the Adventure era, Heroes had the roughest development cycle. Just because they had so many ideas going for it. Hey, but but I mean, like, this was mind-blowing for the Dreamcast. Like this, like all this, like, yeah, it looks like crappy now, but back then, this on the Dreamcast is just... And yeah, I did see a few Fortnite lab teases. What is going on with the game? Why lag? I don't know what that was about.
If it isn't Sonic!
I think work conditions around that time wasn't so
I am Dr.
great.
the greatest scientific...
A lot of companies face stuff like that, especially when it comes to like talking about the Crash and Spyro franchises. Like, I think they're in development of Spyro Enter the Dragonfly.
Up to no good. Now what?
Like the offices, like AC unit wasn't working, and they like tried to get like corporate to come in and fix it, and they just... Maybe I'm thinking of the Jimmy Neutron animators. I think animation for Jimmy Neutron was pretty bad. What's up, Garcia? How's it going? Aha. Can I speedrun this? Usually I can. Other times I can't. Just depends on how fast I can mash A. What are you doing? Yeah. And essentially was Nickelodeon's mascot as well, which is really cool. What was that about me not getting away with it?
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
If anything, we're probably not getting anything until his 30th anniversary. Like, I don't think he's gonna be announced alongside all these other gaming icons, which I feel a little upset about, because it's just like, why not? But, like,
Well, that wasn't so hard.
yeah, let's do a Roblox crossover in place instead.
Oh no!
And yeah, I'd imagine that Nickelodeon probably promoted the mess out of it just because of how much the budget for everything was for that. I'd imagine they were probably spending quite a lot of money for that.
Oh no!
Considering that CGI animation was just now starting to kick off.
Oh, yes! It's just as the stone tablets...
Which is fine to save it for the 30th anniversary, but I don't know.
His strength increases every time...
It irks me that this is like a big milestone anniversary, like big 30. Like, you know, every decade I feel like should be like a special celebration.
Will
But
destroy Station Square.
they're always so silent around Crash's anniversary. This was how it was with the 25th anniversary.
I will
Like, we didn't really have much of a celebration.
Let's find another emerald, shall we?
Sonic!
I just wish they would just show it, you know? Just show it so we can get over the fact that he's coming to Fortnite. Like, I hate it when they drag it out like this. And yeah, I do remember about the Ant Bully scandal. Unfortunate, because I thought that movie, I personally thought that movie was pretty fun. But, unfortunately, that doesn't always happen for people. Doesn't always work out. Windy Valley. I'm surprised the only time I think they've ever brought the stage back was for the Olympic Games. Like, it's just like, why not bring it back for future games too? I think this level would have been second generations. Yeah, I think that's because water is usually like the hardest thing to like animate when it comes to 3D. So like if you can get a decent water animation down, it looks really nice. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Back to the beginning. Because it's like because it has to have fluid to it, and like fluidly animating it, I'd imagine, is really hard. And then like if you want to talk about like something insane, I think my favorite fact about CGI animation is the I don't know the specific number, but if you've ever watched Monsters Inc., all of the little all of the hair on Sully is individually animated. Like all the hair on Sully is like a frame of animation. And it like majority of the movie's render time was probably because of Sully's hair. Which is really funny. I think they said it took like at least 1 day to render one scene, or you know, one frame with Sully's hair. But it's insane how much like animation in general has, how far it's come recently. It just sucks that now it's going to be tainted by artificial intelligence, because we like feeding consumers slop instead of actual good stuff.
Yes.
So Alec? Probably not. There's been quite a few Alecs met. What are you doing? Which email is that going toward?
Yeah, not bad.
Sure, I already accepted the
The train
terms.
headed for
YouTube
Station Square will be departing soon.
will be departing. I see. Pretty sure YouTube's just emailing me about the new terms of service that they're doing next year. Yeah. The only one that I vaguely remember watching was the Kung Fu Panda one. I don't remember much outside of that. DreamWorks and Nickelodeon had a pretty close relationship. They still kind of got a close relationship. How you doing, Matt? Welcome. And yeah, that's partially why I've like gone back on whether or not I want to stream on Twitch or not. Because like while they are allowing creators to turn off some of those settings, it's only some of those settings, so it's just like, I don't know. Plus, I wasn't really getting much traction on Twitch. For Twitch, you have to be like really consistent.
Now you've got light speed shoes.
Oh yeah, Penguins of Madagascar. That one was pretty popular. I do
you
remember
have
that.
Power, release the button and you can do the light speed dash. The light speed
Such a weird
dash
show.
lets you race toward rings at light speed.
I didn't know it was done by the same people that did
Rings,
Kim
you can
Possible,
go
though.
just about anywhere.
Such an odd. The only other, like, obscure, like, Nickelodeon show that I, like, remember vaguely because of how weird it was the Rabbids one. I think I might have this patched. Nope, I don't. Okay. I did.
This is the crystal ring. This reduces the time needed to
Nice.
store power for the light speed.
I do not remember most of the characters from that show. I know I had the penguins in it, and I had King Julian, and the other lemurs. Oh, speaking of lemurs. I am super excited for the next Spyro game. I'm very curious about it, because, like, I want to know how it's going to play compared to the trilogy, and if they're going to take a lot of influence from the trilogy, or if it's going to play like its own thing. Hopefully get some information at Gamescom. Yeah, rest in peace, Tom Kane. Never got to meet him. My favorite role from him was probably Professor Utonium, because growing up I really enjoyed the Powerpuff Girls a lot. That was like my go-to Cartoon Network show. Mostly because of Mojo Jojo. I always thought Mojo Jojo was such a fun character. Oh yeah, I do remember reading about that as well, and being the fast play voice. I think that way it takes you directly to the end. I'm sure we'll get if we're getting anything at Gamescom for it, we'll probably get gameplay. But I don't know if it's been confirmed to be going to Gamescom or not. Because, like, I know there was, like, a lot of games that were reportedly going to Gamescom through Microsoft, but I don't think Spyro was on that list. But they're going to have to start advertising for the game pretty soon, though. If it's releasing in spring of next year, they're going to, like, it's got to start advertising in, like, fall. I'd imagine. They could wait until winter, but I just feel like fall would be probably the safer bet of when to start the advertising. You'll keep saving V-Bucks. I'm really hoping that I'll have enough when Crash comes out, because I do want to pick up Sora, knowing that Sora's coming. Wish we could get Roxas. Maybe Roxas will be like a skin. No, they'll do Ventus as like the alternative skin for Sora. So far, so good. $50 more rings to go. Could be. What do I think about Toys R Us being independent from Activision? I'm glad that they were able to go independent, because I think if Microsoft hadn't let them go independent, Microsoft would have eventually shut them down. I think that entire studio would have been gone. And I'm excited for them. I'm glad that they're also able to keep working with the Spyro IP as well. Very nice. I'm sure they will. If they're working on Spyro, I'm sure they'll get Crash at some point. But right now, I think what they're probably likely going to do with those two franchises is probably pass it around studios. Like, I think that the next Crash thing is probably going to be Crash Team Racing 2. They definitely probably have that going towards Beanox. I think Beanox is leading development for that, while Toys for Bob is working on A Realm Beyond. Really clean. I have played Pyrite Adventure. It is very unique for a Roblox game. I think some of the people that worked on Pyrite Adventure, they got the work on Speed Sim. I could be wrong. I think some people that contributed to Pyrite contributed to Speed Sim. You would think that Crash Bandicoot is one of the more popular video game characters alongside Mario and Sonic, but when it comes to the gaming conversation, people only talk about Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man, and Mega Man. Those are the four big ones now because Activision fumbled Crash so hard. It's insane to think that there was a report a while ago that came out. I'm sure it's been public knowledge for ages, but when Universal was operating, Universal Interactive was operating with the Crash Bandicoot IP, it was a billionaire IP. Like, it was making them billions. Just don't see how they fumbled it so hard, man.
That means his 2 to R1, and that's not good. Come on,
I mean, if you're talking about Nintendo franchises, Kirby's up there, but if you're talking about franchises from different companies, it would be Mario, Sonic, Pac-Man, and Mega Man. Those are usually the four that are mostly talked about.
The train headed for the Mystic Ruins will be departing soon.
That's no good, Tails. Tails just starts doing 6-7. How you doing, Sean? Well, obviously, Lost Levels definitely is up there in difficulty because it wasn't even released in the US because they thought it was too hard over here. I'm honestly not sure. I mean, I would agree that Sunshine is one of the more difficult 3D platformers for Mario, considering all the like stuff that you have to do in that game, especially since it doesn't retain the Mario 64 moveset. Which really sucks when you play a level without Flood. But Sunshine is personally my favorite Mario game, so I don't know. I haven't really played too many Mario games, or any that I can actually remember being quite difficult. But I probably agree. Sunshine being pretty different. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
Hang on to the icicle
Hold
and
on.
jump.
Hold on.
You
Yes.
should be able to jump backwards.
Why can't I pause? The call, let me pause.
Right off.
The call, let me pause. There we go. Thank you. Restart. Perfect run. I have not played Galaxy 2 a lot. I think I like Mario Galaxy 1 more than Galaxy 2. I'll have to, I haven't played Galaxy in like forever. So I might need to refresh my memory on that. Maybe I'll stream Galaxy 2 at some point. I'm currently playing the Steam version with the mods that make it better. Because I absolutely despise Adventure DX. It is the worst possible way of experiencing adventure. Plus, Dreamcast is just so much better, in my opinion. I love the models of Dreamcast. I love the atmosphere of the Dreamcast. Just, I don't know, the game feels more lively. I think I might remember that one. It has been quite a bit since I played the first Galaxy 2 as well. I like Galaxy 2 because of the different, like, level themes. I think Galaxy 2 has better level themes, especially with the throwback to Swamp's Fortress from 64. I thought that was really cool. Anyone seen the, oh yeah, I did see the Zelda theme Switch 2s. It looks interesting, but I was talking to Frank about it last night, and I'm gonna be honest, it looks too good to be official, in my opinion. Yeah, that's just the limitation of the hardware at the time, I believe. Doing in-game engines with lip sync. God, I wish that this portion of the stage made it into Crossworlds, because I thought that Blizzard Valley was going to take inspiration from the stage, but it barely takes any inspiration from the stage other than the fact that I think it has, like, the motif from the song in the music. That I'm not sure. I don't know how lip syncing worked for the 3D engine, going from Japanese to English. I'd imagine that it probably did something with the code to make the mouths try and match up with the voices in English, but I don't know. I know that's something that I think you can do with 3D animation. Felt more peacefully alive and adventurous. Too bad the movie ruined that feeling. Don't get me started at the Galaxy. I haven't even seen the Galaxy movie. I don't plan on seeing. I've heard and seen enough to know that I'm better off not watching the Galaxy movie. It kind of stinks because, like, what a way to tarnish the name of that game by making a movie that completely, utterly misses the entire point of that game.
What's up, Knuckles?
Thank God Taco Bell's not doing the Dragon Ball Super collab.
Something bugging you? No time for games, Sonic. Give me the emeralds you have, right now. What? Let's just see you take them. Huh.
Oh no. Rings. Ouch, not. Ouch. Not very nice. Stop it.
Oh no. Give it your best. Oh no.
I gave it my best. 4 rings in hand.
Chaos Emeralds.
Chaos Emeralds. Something, something in grass. I lost my train of thought.
Like taking candy from a baby.
That's not very nice, Robotnik.
That's a Chaos Emerald.
No way, really?
Fool, you made it all too easy. You practically gave them to me.
Hold it right there, creep. You can't get away with this. Knuckles, don't tell me Eggman tricked you.
Can't give you your best. Oh no.
What about you? Way to go, Knucklehead.
Now I have 4 lovely emeralds. Chaos.
So it looks like Twitch support just rolled out the setting to turn off the generative AI training thing for Twitch channels. So maybe I'll look into that whenever I get back to Twitch.
begin.
Man, no one ever cuts us any slack.
Fun fact, you get to fight this boss 3 times. I'm surprised they didn't make a version of this boss for big, because I feel like this boss would make the most sense in a big setting, considering they're in the pond. But thankfully they didn't. Don't worry. We're gonna do one of the more boring things in this game pretty soon. Guy cheats. I think the only boss he has is Chaos 6. But yeah, it is pretty shocking that they were like, yeah, let's do a boss for him. Done in motion. They might have been done in motion capture or something similar. Not entirely certain. No, I am not giving Steam $90 for a controller. I'm just using an Xbox One controller that I picked up secondhand. It's been doing me wonders. I have no controller preferences. Just gotta hold on to this one until it starts to drift. Because that's how controllers are made. They are made with the intention of buying another controller eventually. I'll probably get like an 8-bit Duo controller at some point. And Chaos 4 is done.
Hey, I'll play with you another time.
Sonic was Jesus. It is very weird that like Sonic barely sinks in the water here. I've never understood that. I mean, I guess it could be seen as him running across water, but it is very strange. Oh, a flying masterpiece. I gotta. Fucking love Dean Bristow, dude.
Behold my floating masterpiece, the egg carrier.
The way he says, egg carrier.
To the power of chaos. Adieu until we
Adieu.
friends.
The Steam Machine price is absolutely crazy. Yeah, it is. It is, but welcome to the new norm of technology pricing, because every technological company on the planet of Earth wants to make a data center, which is driving prices up for literally everything that you would need to make a computer. So,
Yeah.
oh, don't, I just love it. I love the 21st century.
I have some unfinished business to take care of. No problem, Knuckles. We'll take care
Absolutely ridiculous. And it's only gonna get worse.
Let's get going!
But oh well. You know, what can you do? Nothing really.
Sonic,
It's
right here for a second.
you know nothing. It's chaos. Sonic, look at what I did to your plane, the tornado. It's not called the tornado anymore. It's called the tornado.
Sonic,
South Park is 29 today. Crazy. Yeah, the press for PlayStation hasn't been pretty as of recent. But if anyone was going to probably pull the trigger on it, it would have been either them or Microsoft, so. I mean. It was an inevitable future. I'm just lucky to be fortunate enough to have a setup where I can do the things that I need to do. I'm not looking forward to the day whenever my computer decides to start acting a fool. So, God. Yeah. And Uncle Al's newest video talking about it just went up. And I edited it yesterday. Those new DLC levels look pretty sick. The sun, it's blinding. I like how they were able to replicate how blinding the sun is in some games. I don't know too much about the history of Comedy Central, but if I had to take a guess, that sounds about right. I wish companies would realize that digital isn't the future, but we're too far in, unfortunately. When it comes to the general audience in the gaming space, it's not really, you know, these people don't really look at whether or not, you know, oh, is digital owning. They look at it as more of a convenience thing. Because, like, yeah, it's convenient that you can get your game or your movie without having to go out to the store, but, like, no one really pays attention to just how it's all set up. We did it!
We did it!
Way to go, Tails!
Because of TBS. Interesting. How unfortunate. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum.
Tails? Tails?
Who? Oh, someone noticed an Eggman-shaped cloud in one of the Fortnite teasers.
Oh, I wonder if he's okay.
You either wait for it to download, or you just don't get to play it because you don't have an internet connection. So, going over to
Sonic, wait up! Long time
Oh,
no
my
see.
ex-Sonic looking crazy, Gromit. What's up, Mr. Krabs? How you doing?
What's wrong with you anyway?
Welcome, welcome.
Listen, this birdie seems to be in trouble, so you need to be his bodyguard for a while.
You must be kidding!
If you don't, we're just gonna tag along anyway.
Probably. Money.
No trains are currently in service.
Well, fix your trains. How about that? Hmm? Why don't you fix your trains? Cute couples get in for free.
Look!
I probably don't have something on correctly for Amy.
A chunk of cheesy hardware.
Whoa!
Oh, now what? Huh?
Look here!
uh,
It says, cute couples get in free! Let's go!
kind of fits.
Amy! Wait!
Wait.
Oh, man. That girl is such a pain.
You're probably right. Because I believe the reason why majority of the issues that SA1 has on GameCube is because it used the collision engine from Sonic Adventure Battle. It goes. You doing, Seth? Bum, bum, bum. No, we gotta pad out the story. Can't just take out Zero. That's for Amy. Why is Homer strangling Pup? I guess the better question is, why is he not? Just kidding. Yeah, I think the only issue I have with some of those models is just how the lighting looks on them in some areas in base DX. Zero. Yes. One for Eggman and one for himself, but he gave Eggman the dumb one. Which, speaking of Mega Man, you might be hearing my voice in something pretty soon. Pretty soon. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. No. Might be hearing me somewhere. Boom, boom. I will teach you how to let other people enjoy these Sonic comics without your input, boy. God, I wish they had put Twinkle Park as a stage in Crossworlds. I don't know why they didn't just make this like a separate Crossworld. The stage would work so well. Oh yeah, I do remember seeing that Disney got the Pokemon license. I guess if it were to go to anyone, it would go to them. How's it going? Ooh. And yeah, I agree. The DX models don't look that bad with the Dreamcast settings. I just really prefer the Dreamcast model. Probably mostly on Sonic and Knuckles. Maybe Tails. I just like how low poly it looks. They would, yeah. I've seen some people mod like some of the stages, like adventure stages. Like I think someone modded Station Square over Wonder Museum, but I just never really used those mods because it's just like I'd much rather have the stages actually. I guess the closest you can say technically being in is Blizzard Valley because I guess that would technically be inspired by Ice Cap, but not really. Because the only thing that it shares from Ice Cap is like the motif in the song.
Shoot. I've lost Amy. I bet that robot hauled butt after her. I'd better catch her before it does.
Sandhill, Sandhill is an interesting one because, like, I feel like whenever it got represented, the only thing that it really has representation from in Adventure is the music, obviously, but I feel like it's more representing Sandopolis than it is the actual stage from Sonic Adventure, because you have the pyramids, you have the ghosts, so like I feel like it's more of a blend between Sandopolis and Sandhill. Because there's a lot to that stage that is not Sandhill from Adventure. It'd be really nice to see them revisit some locations from Adventure. Like Mystic Ruins would be pretty sick. I'm honestly shocked that Speed Highway isn't represented. But I mean, like, I know they have Radical Highway. So, like, obviously they're not going to do Speed Highway if they have Radical Highway. It'd be cool to get Final Egg. GameCube could not handle the original game. Yeah, no. They, like, had to completely reconstruct the lighting engine. Because Adventure 2 Battle was done first, and then Adventure DX came after. Not, like, the biggest fan of stage mods, unless it, like, maybe, like, the stage looks better with a certain lighting. But most of the time, I don't really have stage mods enabled. I don't even think I have any actually enabled. I think the only thing I have on Crossworlds is character, and that's about it. And majority of them are just Tangle. Like, I don't think I have anything other than, like, maybe a few AI skin changes. Like, different characters over AI skins. Like, I think I have PS1 Crash over AI Sonic. I don't know. It's been a while since I've actually booted up Crossworlds. I just haven't really been, like, massively interested in playing it recently, which kind of sucks. Because I really love that game. I just don't really have any intentions on playing it right now. They're not really doing anything that's, like, enticing me to play. Plus, with all the connection errors that game has, is like, come on, guys. Been out for how long now and you still have connection issues? Which I get is, like, the whole thing with online gaming, but... Wasn't expecting them to remake the cutscene or record the dialogue from scratch, but I would have liked it if they bothered. Yeah, I got you. And unfortunately, you know, most of the... Say unfortunately, bad thing. Obviously, the reason why Shadow gets so much of a spotlight is because he is the popular character out of Sonic and Silver and other characters in the game. So, but I do get the fatigue because, like, while he doesn't appear in most stuff this year, he has kind of gotten into some things. Like, he's all right. Yeah, I was going the right way. It's just to be expected at this point. Like, I get why people are upset with it, but, like, welcome to marketing. Because it would be nice to have Silver, you know, the guy that's celebrating his 20th anniversary this year, in the spotlight. But anytime we get anything with Silver, it's just the same stuff regurgitated. That's why I didn't really like the Tails Tube that much. Like, the Tails Tube was fine. I like seeing the characters interact with one another, but whenever it got to, like, Silver, so how do you get here? Like, how do you time travel? It's just like, oh, a portal shows up and I go through it. It's just like, yeah, pretty much how it's been since you stated that.
Hey, what's happening here?
And yeah, PC, arcade, and PSN versions are it's something else because it's a port of a port of a port, essentially.
Stop!
He is getting merch, but like I don't know. I do feel the Shadow fatigue. Like if you are a Shadow fan, I'm happy for you. I'm glad that he's getting more spotlight, you know, more stuff. But like I just feel like I get why they do it because Shadow is, again, the popular character. But if you want other characters to be as popular as Shadow, you kind of have to, like, put them in the spotlight, you know? Like, you kind of have to make that risk. And I get that it's a risk that not a lot of people want to take. Like, yeah, you know, you could put Silver in the spotlight and maybe it'll backfire. You don't know. But it's all dependent on how you handle utilizing him in the spotlight. But yeah, no. Shadow obviously is the popular character. He's more popular than Sonic. That's for sure.
This is the ancient light. Try the light speed down.
Like Sonic is the face of his own franchise, but Shadow is much, much more popular. Just because he's edgy. I'm sure we'll start seeing more characters get more spotlights once the movies are out that feature them, because that's usually how it works. At least for the most part, it seems Sega is more adamant on how the movie portrays certain characters so they can look at that and then go back to the games. I just personally think that, like, recently we've had a big thing for Shadow that's been covered up. Like, or covered up. That's been, like, I don't know what the right word is. Fulfilled. I think fulfilled is the word that I'm looking for. Because, like, we had Shadow Gens, and that goes in and, like, you know, fulfills the whole, like, he can now be over the death of Maria and Gerald. Like, he's past that now. So I feel like with that, you know, it's better to, like, take the spotlight away just a little bit and let another character have some of their own mysteries solved or resolved. Because, like, that's, like, the whole point of Shadow Gens. The whole point of Shadow Gens is for him to overcome his loss. Which is perfectly represented in Crossworlds, because whenever you go to White Space, he doesn't even mention Maria or Gerald. He just is like, I can't believe I'm back. I'm not the storyteller, so I can't say. Yeah, we do have an event movie coming out, and I think it's to be expected that Silver is going to be, like, the big main post-credit scene character. If you're tapping into time travel in the movies, you might as well just go ahead and start, like, building up Silver. Because I'm going to honestly be shocked if the next movie ends and it's not Silver as the post-credits scene character, because that would feel weird. Considering that Jeff Fowler has already told people in interviews that they have plans for Silver. They have big plans for Silver. So, like, I do think Silver is the next main big character we're getting, like, a huge focus on, aside from Amy and Metal Sonic, obviously. Kind of sucks what they're doing with Metal Sonic, though. I don't really like the recent stuff that I've seen with Metal Sonic. Like, they're trying to make him Eggman's pawn again, which is fine, but I just feel like it's so much more unique if he's working on his own accord. Like, the whole point of Metal Sonic is that he has sentience. Why are you homing attacking that, Sonic? Go past it. Was it even that difficult? Probably. I'm gonna be honest. It probably was. Because, again, when it comes to those specific ports, they're already porting it from GameCube. So it's already forced to a specific aspect ratio. And they probably couldn't modify it properly without something looking weird. So that's probably why we ended up getting those borders. It would have just taken them too much time, too much effort, too much money to actually properly fix everything that DX had. But thankfully, this community is insane. And we have some really awesome people that are just dedicated to making sure that you can play this game the best way that it can be played. Recently going through Kingdom Hearts, I also can recognize that the Kingdom Hearts fandom is also insane when it comes to modding. Actually really shocked because I don't think I've ever actually seen a community come together to fix a DS game of all things. Like, I think Kingdom Hearts 3, 5, 8.5 days and Recoded are the 2 DS games that I've ever seen heavily modified. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a DS game get the treatment that those 2 DS games have gotten. Like, and now people are modding characters into those games. Like, you have Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora modded into 358. Like, I don't even know how you do that. Sonic fans haven't been able to figure out how to mod Sonic Rush, like, to that extent. The most we have for Sonic Rush are palette swaps. We don't even have model imports for Sonic Rush. But yeah, I've been going through the Kingdom Hearts games ever since May. I'm now on Dream Drop Distance. Would love to stream them, but my computer, for whatever reason, hates playing them, so I'll get like this huge stutter, and I feel like that's not a fun thing to stream. You know, like I don't think people would like to watch me play Kingdom Hearts and then it just do like a huge stutter every like 15 to 20 minutes. So I don't know why it's only on Kingdom Hearts too. I don't get it. Every other game, like, yeah, there was that weird stutter in the beginning with this game, but I think it was just one of the mods. It hasn't really happened in a while. But with Kingdom Hearts, it's just, nope. We're gonna put in a big stutter. I'm sure it probably has something to do with the Windows 11, because Windows 11 is just beautiful. Love Windows 11. Favorite operating system ever. I just don't want to reinstall Windows 11. I that is like the one thing that I absolutely hate when it comes to resolving issues with games on Windows. Because if you can't figure out what's going on, you've tried every community like guide that's helped other people resolve the problem. You do literally everything in your power to prevent what's happening in the game to stop happening, and your last resort is to reinstall Windows, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I do not have the strength in me to reinstall Windows 11 and put everything else that I had on it before back on Windows. It is the most annoying thing ever. I can't even say that I want to go back to Windows 10 because of it, because the same thing applies. Like, I'm going to have to eventually reinstall everything that I just had on my hard drive or SSD. So I'm not going to do it. My computer came with Windows 11. I'm going to stick with Windows 11. That's it. I'm stubborn. Like, yeah, I could probably get better performance. Yeah, I could probably get better things out of it, but it's not worth it anymore. I genuinely think it's not worth it anymore. I'm gonna stick with it until I absolutely have to reinstall Windows. Like, if Windows starts blue screening or something like that, like, if it gets that detrimental, then yeah, obviously I'll reinstall it. But I'm not doing it anymore. I'm so tired of just technical issues with my computer in general. I wish Mac were more versatile, because I do like using Mac OS a lot, but it doesn't have enough for me that I get out of my Windows computer with. So, like, probably because they didn't care. I don't know. I've seen a mod that, like, actually fixes the sync with lips and has adjusted audio to fix it, and I gotta say,
We gotta land on the edge.
it doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. It does not feel right to see SA2 cutscenes the way that they were intended to actually be. Like, it feels weird. See, I would switch over to Linux, but Linux also has limitations that I just don't like.
This thing is really huge.
That is like the most annoying thing about operating systems. Like, yeah, you can have this new operating system that's based on Linux come out and be like the best thing ever, but it's not going to be compatible with something that you use on a daily basis. So I just sucks.
Don't get too many ideas, you fools. You haven't seen the power this vessel really has. Get a load of this.
There are some gaming forks of Linux that are coming out that are pretty decent, but it's still, again, there's a lot of stuff that you have to do extra for Linux if you want to use something specifically that is only designed for Windows.
Wow, it's changed shape. Did you see that?
Darn. This makes it harder for us to get to the bridge.
I hate it when he doesn't listen.
I bet you weren't expecting this. The only way you can get to me is through the sky deck. I doubt if you can figure this one out.
It's supposed to be the way to the sky deck.
Well, I'll show you. Bring it on. This must be the way to the sky deck.
Never understand why he turns around while saying. Yeah.
Emergency! Emergency! Dispose of any intruders. Emergency! Emergency! Dispose of any intruders. Emergency! Emergency!
Unfortunately, I'll always probably stick to Windows just because it's the operating system I know the most. We had Sonic Adventure 3. It was called Sonic Heroes. Welcome, Blake. How you doing? I've used Linux before. I have. It is very nice, but I prefer the, like, I don't know. There's just something about Windows that I prefer. I just wish Windows was better. Oh, it's glitch. Yes. I would say that the Dreamcast version is much less glitchier and less buggier than the GC, the GameCube and PC ports because its collision system is specifically for Adventure. And Adventure DX is working off of the collision system for Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. So a lot of the stuff that you come across in Adventure DX wasn't intended for that collision system, which is why you'll have moments in base Adventure DX where you go through that Emerald Coast scripted section and you can sometimes clip through it and instantly die. Yeah. Like, I'm sure the Dreamcast version has some issues with collision, but it's not as bad as Adventure DX. Yeah, I probably would relegate that to a physics thing. I'm surprised that Fortnite doesn't have like an official Linux support thing. Just feels weird. You would think that they would try to get it compatible with Linux, considering how big it is. Camera. Camera.
Warning, strong winds approaching.
Better not. Oh. Nice, nice. Well, hopefully that works out for you. I'll just suffer with Windows for the rest of my life. Unless they do something drastically horrible with Windows. That could be drastically much worse than Windows 11. I'm a very persistent hedgehog. Thank you for noticing. Train station is big. You can walk along the sides of this. Huh. I don't think I remember that. Pretty cool. Pretty interesting. Yeah, no. I mean, like, I find it funny that, like, so many people didn't transition to Windows 11 that it forced Microsoft to extend support for Windows 10. I do find that a lot. That's super funny. But Microsoft has been going back on a lot of things that they've said recently. Like, they even went back on the statement that they recommend 32 gigs for gaming performance on Windows. Because they were pushing that a lot. But now you can't even find any of those articles stating, you know, that they were pushing for 32 gigs. They now just, they went back on it and said 16 gigs is fine. I don't know. They are very weird. Yeah. I'd imagine.
Too late.
We'll never get past this era of RAM being too expensive. I wish every person investing in building data centers a very big drop. I hope whenever the data center gets complete, something really bad happens to the data center. I hope all the RAM explodes. We need another bad Nick like Gamma. No, he's not a bad Nick, but I'll call him a bad Nick. I hope they stub their toe for the rest of their life. Every day that these guys making data centers wake up, I hope the first thing that they do every day in the morning is wake up and stub their toe. I think people would debate whether he's a bad Nick or not. I mean, technically he is because he has the animal, the Flicky in him. But, like, I know people would be like, oh, but he's still an E-Series because he's part of the E-Series lineup.
Stop it, Sonic!
Step aside, Amy! Out of my way!
No! This robot is my friend! He helped me! Don't hurt him!
That's just gamers being gamers.
Okay. Whatever you say.
The gaming community has their own favoritisms when it comes to certain things. I mean, we're talking about the same community of people that complained about water graphics in Spider-Man, and the fact that when you ran into like bushes and foliage in Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, that automatically meant the game was horrible. Like, dude, some of these gaming discourses are just, it's so funny.
If I'm to continue, I need to change this ship back to its original shape. There must
That you
be a
do, Sonic.
switch somewhere on the bridge. I've got to find it now.
Eggman has a Nintendo Switch? He's so far behind. The Switch 2 came out. Oh yeah, no. It never fails. I mean, like, there's always going to be a complaint for something. Like, I know the biggest thing as of recent in the Sonic community has been that they hope that they update the Sonic model. And I'm sure they will at some point. But, like, you're never going to have, like, a fine middle ground, I don't think. I think there's always going to be, like, even if we get a new model and it looks like the best thing ever, there's going to be an entire side of the community that's just like, ew. You know? It's like, you're never going to, there's never going to be a middle ground, ever.
Oh no!
You saw how fast people quickly changed up on Shadow Gens.
Chaos.
Like, for a moment, Shadow Gens was praised for being one of the best 3D platforming Sonic games, and I think it is. I really do think it is. But now Shadow Gens is horrible.
If he's your friend, I'll help you. Just leave it to me.
Now I have
Community goes back and forth, like,
There's only one more
so quickly.
I even found Chaos's missing tail.
You won't get away with this, you madman!
I've seen so many people recently bashing Shadow Gens.
He's not perfected yet. Okay, Chaos.
Chaos Island. Like, I didn't like that stage in Shadow Gens at first, but Chaos Island, honestly, may be one of the top, and I mean, honestly, one of the best 3D boost game designed levels of all time. Like, I think it is the best designed level for boost gameplay ever. I love it so much.
I can't believe this. No way. I can't believe this.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
But that's my opinion. I think the only thing that I don't like about Shadow, like, and this is just me nitpicking, I think the Metal Overlord boss could have been a little bit better.
Sonic. Hey there.
Just a smidge bit better. They could have done a little bit better. Like, I don't know what specifically I would have changed about the Metal Overlord fight, but I think you could have done a little bit more with it.
Stop! Come back here.
I'm not the biggest fan of Boost either. Like, I'm really fine with the direction that they're taking with the games, and I'm glad that Kishimoto's come out and said that the next main line is going to be an evolution of the Frontiers and Shadow Gens games, which is a blend between, I call it a blend between Adventure and Boost, because I think that's what Sonic should have been. Like, they've had the formula for Sonic with Adventure for like forever, and it took them how long to figure out, oh yeah, people liked hub worlds, people liked, you know, more open-ended levels and being able to explore. Like, they have that perfect balance. Like, I'm fine if the levels are Boost 100%, but the overarching gameplay I think should be like Adventure, having these open areas that you can explore, interact with characters, do puzzles. Like, that's the formula for Sonic, and I can't believe it took them this long to figure it out. I know Frontiers is by no means you know, one of the best designed Sonic games of all time, but my god, did that game, like, actually, like, open my eyes and go, oh, they figured it out. We're back. We are so back. Oink. Feel better than what we, yeah, no, the 2010s weren't my favorite era for Sonic games. Like, there were some decent Boost games, but I just feel like Boost is just so old at this point, and it really got old with Forces. I think Forces was, like, what really drew me away from Boost in general. I was just, like, not happy with it. I'm a cook. I'm back. I'm cooked. No, wait. I'm back again. And yeah, no, Shadow Gens, I personally would rank Shadow Gens up there with my favorite Sonic games now. Like, it is such a good game. Like, for the longest time, Adventure has been... I still think Adventure is probably my favorite overall, just because of all the nostalgia I have for it. This... No, I went the wrong way. Camera. Camera Y. Let's do freaking. Oh yeah, no. It's very unfortunate the way that Boom turned out. Because Boom 100% was the, like, they were trying to figure out how to make Sonic more appealing, which is really weird because it was like they were trying to make it more appealing for the Western audience when the Western audience pretty much had, like, ah, dude, my spin dash jump didn't work. No. Western audience pretty much already had their, like, feel for Sonic, but I guess they were trying to make it more for, like, a younger audience. Oh, that spin dash. But I feel like Boom would have worked if Sega weren't tied in or locked into that Nintendo contract. Like, I genuinely think Boom Rise of Lyric would have been a pretty decent game if it weren't for the hardware limitations of the Wii U completely messing everything up. It is so unfortunate. Because I think the team behind that had some really unique ideas. Oh no, it was 100% made. It was because at the time, I mean, people can correct me if I'm wrong. But at the time, when the Wii U was being talked about, it was rumored that it was going to be on par with the Xbox One and PS4. So when Big Red Button, you know, heard that, they're like, okay, well, it should work with the Crysis engine. No. You silly. You can't use the Crysis Engine 3 with with the Wii U. It's so unfortunate. Yeah, no. It is very unfortunate because I think the concept of synergy would have been well received. But then they had to go in and scrap literally all of it and optimize it for the Wii U. So. Yeah. I'm sure they could probably salvaged it if they had known a lot more in advance of how the Wii U was going to play out.
Use the switch to light up the wall panels. You can walk on.
And we know that Boom in general can be good because a lot of praise has been given to Fire and Ice. Never personally played Fire and Ice, but I believe it. Somebody say Boom. It's so interesting seeing that lineup though, because Sega was gonna split Sonic into different pillars. We were gonna have because this was even before like the movie was revealed, but we knew that a movie was coming because they confirmed it. But like Boom was gonna be more for the younger audience, people getting into Sonic. And just be something completely separate from the mainline series that people can enjoy if they didn't like the mainline series. Archie Sonic was going to lean more into like young adult, into more of adult theming, which I believe because a lot of people say that the Metal Virus Saga arc in IDW was just a scrapped arc from Archie, and that was really dark. And the and then the movies would be its own thing too. So like you would have something for the young audience, you'd have something for the young adult going into adult audience, and then you had the movies, which is more of a general appeal. I think the games were going to be more adult focused too, but it is very interesting seeing where we are at right now, because I feel like a lot of the stuff that they had planned is starting to feel like it's going more into motion, but like it's different. It is very different because you have Sonic and Friends now, you know, which is more catered towards a younger audience. IDW is going for a more mature kind of approach, still being fun for people to jump into and read. And then the movies are influencing the games, and the games are influencing the movies. You know.
Why did this have to happen? It's terrible.
Is it now?
I must stop this now.
I don't think you can put out the fire. It is very unfortunate. I think my favorite fact about Boom though is that it was done by some people that worked on Crash Bandicoot. And they have a Bandicoot in Boom, Percy, but like she barely is utilized at all. I think she only appears in like what, 2 episodes in the show. So we got a Bandicoot character in Sonic finally. It's just, it sucks that it was part of Boom.
What's he doing here? Well, never mind. This time I'll get him good.
This time I'll get him good. All right. So how long is it gonna take me to get this logic puzzle? Because sometimes I'm really good at it, other times I'm not. We'll find out. Why is the camera? All right, because. All right, cool. Not too shabby. I'm out of the intruder. I'm here to pick up my DoorDash order. I got a McDouble with a McSingle, standard fries, a basket of fries, if you will, and one Red Bull Dragon Fruit thing that they're doing at McDonald's. This is a pretty big place for a McDonald's. You think Eggman installs a McDonald's in every single one of his bases? You think Eggman's favorite fast food restaurant is McDonald's? I think it is. I think Eggman eats at McDonald's every day. 2015 was a pretty dark year for Sonic. Obviously, IDW has some stories that aren't like drastically for young adult, but some of the mature themes in IDW definitely feel like they're catered towards more adult. Because I mean, like Whisper's entire backstory, just like that's pretty rough for a kid. Camera. Oh, jump was not working. I think it really just... I think that entire deal with Nintendo really didn't help out a lot at all. It didn't really help out in the way that I think Sega was hoping it was going to. Because, like, I'm sure Sega saw the potential of that deal. And, you know, trying to make Sonic exclusive to Nintendo for a little bit. But you got so many different things that came out of it. You had Boom, you had Lost World, which I Lost World. Ugh. Say what you will about Boom, but I think I hate Lost World more. Honestly. That is the most try-hard Sonic be like Mario game of all time. It also gave us the worst villains of all time. I'll never understand why they keep trying to push the Zeti. I don't get it. I just don't think the Zeti are that interesting of a villain. They can control the Badniks. Cool. So can Eggman. So can Neo Metal Sonic. Neo Metal Sonic can tap directly into the Badniks and order them exactly what, you know, what they want to do in a hive mind sense. Like, you can't do that with the Zeti. Metal Sonic is still better than the Zeti. Metal Sonic is in-game. It most certainly was more directed towards the Nintendo audience. Like, I see them, I can see the potential of the Zeti. I do. I really do. But I just can't take Zavok seriously. There's just something about him that I just don't really care for. He just sounds like a guy that's menacing that tries to be menacing rather than actually being menacing. I still stand by my point that if you made them look more like Dark Gaia creatures, or if they had more of a connection to Dark Gaia in general, they would probably be really cool. Their designs just don't do it for me. Like, they're most certainly leaning into the fact that, you know, Oni are ogres, so they're going for the more ogre design for Onis rather than the demon design. I just feel like if they went for a more demonic look, they would look cooler.
Yes.
Sapphic is wannabe Bowser. He is Diet Bowser. Skylanders. They do look like Skylanders a little bit.
Yeah, not bad.
I don't know. It just sucks that they try to make them such... And I think it is more of a Sega Japan push. Because, like, I feel like the only time I ever see the Zeti, like, overly, like, represented is if it's something that specifically comes from Sega of Japan. Which is fine, because for a while, you know, Sega's been trying to get Japan on board for Sonic, so it makes sense why they're doing it.
Hold it right there, Eggman.
But you gotta make them look like eldritch horrors if you're gonna do that. Make them look scary. I look at Zavok and I'm like, I'm not scared. I'm gonna push him over. He looks like he's a very pushable guy. This fight's so cool. I just like that Eggman is so fed up with Sonic by the end of it. Yeah, I know Pup loves the Zeddy. Loves Zavok.
Get a load of this! 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 Get a load of this!
I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of miss this more menacing Eggman. I hope we can get more of it in the future. I really like how he was portrayed in Frontiers. I think Eggman was really well done in Frontiers. I think Sage really helped out a lot with that because it showed more of a human side to him. But I do kind of just miss the more insane, kind of lunatic vibe that Dean Bristow's Eggman gave. Like, you'll never catch Eggman trying to do this.
Get a load of this! Get a load of this! Get a load of this! Get a load of this!
No use, give up.
It's no use, give up. See if you can make it through here, Sonic.
No way.
Get a load of this! Get a load of this! Get a load of this!
Eggman, you bite.
It's no way! I can't believe this!
Yeah, no.
Systems.
Sage really brings out more of the human side into him, which I find really unique. I do find that more unique, and I do find it kind of endearing because, like, you listen to some of those memos, and like he's talking about like what he thinks Maria would have been like. Does Sage feel more like Maria? Like, would this have been his relationship with Maria if he had actually given Maria more of a chance?
I can't believe this!
Watch out, he's up to something.
Watch out! He's up to something.
Hey, I'll play with you some
I
other.
will say IDW does have some really insane stuff with Eggman, though. Like, I remember I was reading through some of the stuff again. And that entire thing that he does with Starline is just... They really give Eggman, like, Kingpin energy. Like, Marvel Kingpin energy. Like, this dude was so fed up with Starline that he picks him up by the leg and slams him into the... I was just like, Eggman can do that? Since when? Like, he can just... It is so insane. It's crazy. Like, you just have that moment where you were like, oh yeah, Eggman could probably do that. He can actually get physical like that. I remember my mouth like dropping as I was watching him slam Starline into the ground like that. I was like, dude, this is insane. Eggman would never, but like he is. I need more Eggman like that. And I actually beat this game under 2 hours. I thought it was going to take about 3 hours, but I guess I know this game too much. Starline sucks. I wasn't the biggest fan of Starline. I'm not gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Starline is a fun character, but it just, I don't know. There's something about him. I feel like he comes too much off as like a crybaby sometimes. Starline is a fun character either way. But all right, did want to just do this stream to sort of test stuff out once I change some things within OBS. Hopefully it looked fine and came out all right. No, I don't watch Pro Jared. But yeah. So maybe I'll stream again tomorrow. Glad to hear, Sai. Glad to hear. We'll keep that in mind. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a lot of fun. And I'll catch you guys